I'm getting my crystal ball out today, and I'm going to tell you the one thing you need to be able to do as a marketing agency owner if you want to be successful. And I'm being completely honest here. I've group coached in collectively over 500 SMMAs now, and I can pinpoint the thing that makes people successful. And I know that's a big claim to make, but I've seen it again and again. How can you deny anecdotal evidence? Again, take my word for a grain of salt. This is just an observation. I do these on my walks alongside other content that I create, which is more meaty, that will help you actually succeed as an SMMA based around service delivery. All right, Jimmy, that's enough talking about yourself. What is the one thing that will make you successful when it comes to SMMA? That is the innate instinct to not just walk over mistakes. Now, what I mean by that is I see this a lot. So a lot of what I do in my coaching at EasyGrow is I look at people's Facebook ads, right? And I do reviews, I give critiques, things like that. And when I'm looking at these ads, I sometimes see mistakes, like grammatical mistakes, right? And I go, dude, you would have looked at this ad 5 or 6 times and read every single word of this, and you didn't fix that. Explain. Why did you not do that? It's laziness. That's all it is, honestly. And the people that look at something and go, I can't just sit here and let that mistake be there without it really irking me the wrong way, even though it's going to take work and effort to fix, I've got to go fix it. They're the people that are successful, because that is what people don't understand is when you are working with a client, that is what they're paying you for. They're paying you for dotting I's and crossing T's, because trust me when I say that if you make mistakes that are simple and stupid, your client will lose faith in your ability to do the job, because the clients have that attention to detail all the time. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in business. Imagine a roofer that is up on a roof and goes, oh, there's a couple of nails missing, it'll be right. They're the ones that end up in jail or sued because the roof collapses and a whole bunch of cause and effect happens, the Swiss cheese effect happens, and they just end up out of business. So like, these people have a really high attention to detail. Even though they don't articulate it that well, they do, because they're just trained to do that. They wouldn't be in business if they weren't. So when they're looking at your copy or they're looking at your face ads and they see a stupid spelling error that you should have picked up, it makes you look like an idiot, and it significantly reduces the lifetime value you have with that client, because the client starts to question your judgment more, because they're like, if he can't pick up on a spelling error, what else is he not doing right? And you can understand why they'd be like that. And that goes to everything in the SMMA space. The other day, I was literally looking through some copy I created for my own ads, and I was like, oh, there's a spelling error in 7 of these that I made. I had to go back individually and change them, but I've just learned over time that if I don't do it, it's gonna bite me in the ass somewhere. And you may not think it's a big deal when you got 1 client or 2 clients, but it eats into your, like, making those mistakes and not picking up on them and having those conversations and having meetings and stuff about a freaking spelling error, that eats into your margins. And if it eats into your margins and that's something you accept, when you start hiring people, the standards you walk past are the standards you set. So if you're happy for a spelling error to be in something and then your team sees that, what do you think their standard's going to be? You set the standard for the rest of your team, right? I'm a big believer in that. The military taught me that, actually. If you're a person in management, then you've got to set the standard. You've got to have the nicest uniform. You've got to do the job the best, because people work to your standard, and it doesn't change if you're in the marketing space. There's a lot of people out there that think, oh, because they work remotely, it doesn't matter if I have a spelling error. So you've got to set the standard. You've got to be picking up on that stuff and tell people it's not acceptable. If you're willing to walk past it, then everyone else will be. So that's one reason why it's super important. And I'm going to give you a real life example of this from when I first started my agency. So I remember when I first started my agency, I tell you guys, don't outsource this shit. Learn how to do this stuff yourself and then outsource it. I tell the people that a lot, and this is the reason. So when I first started my marketing agency, I built a website for a client. It was a hydraulics company, and I've made a video about this. I might link it above here. It was a while ago now, but I made this website for a company, right? And hydraulics company, the guy was a really nice dude. We really got along well. I couldn't write copy to save my life when I first started. It's something that I've just learned over time, but I couldn't write copy to save my life. And the website was for SEO, so the writing on the website was really important. So I hired a person that knew SEO writing. And then me being under a time crunch, having just made the website, went, oh, the copy will be right. I'll just put it up there and send it to him. And the exact email I got from the client is in that video. So I will link it, is in that video. And the cliff notes are, is like, dude, I'm embarrassed for you. How can you possibly let this end up be the production of your output, like in the result of your output? And I was mortified because I like to think I have a high standard, but I really didn't practice what I preach. And then he pointed that out to me and was embarrassed for me. I was embarrassed for myself. And basically, long story short, I spent 20 hours going back and rewriting it all, fixing all the spelling errors, the grammar errors, learned a lot about copywriting, by the way, doing that. And me and the client have a good working relationship to this day. And it's been almost 8 years now. But the standard you set, like if I had just handled that differently, said, oh, it is what it is, I'll get another client, it's fine, I probably wouldn't be in business to this day, because I've never done that again. After I got my absolute ass chewed out by this client, I said, I'm never going to be put in that situation, whether it's me or my team. I'm never going to be put in a situation where I'm embarrassed by something that could have been fixed if enough eyes looked at it and enough people cared. And I think that's what's missing in this space, is the people that actually care about the outputs, right? And that's why I say the people that are going to be successful are the ones that care about the outputs and check those I's and dot and cross those T's. They're the ones that are going to be successful because it stands out so much in this space. You know, everyone's so trying to make speed run to 10K, 20K a month that people just slow down and go, actually, I want to learn how to do this properly. Oh, there's a spelling error. Oh, this copy's is not right. The colors aren't right. I'm going to go fix it even though it's going to take time. They're the ones that are going to be successful. They're the next generation of successful marketing agency owner. And I firmly believe that. So if you want to be successful, don't walk over mistakes, whether it's spelling errors or whatever. Don't walk over mistakes. Take the time, even though it's hard work, take the time to fix it so that you can show the clients that you're professional and you show the clients that you deserve their money. Because that's what it's about at the end of the day. A client's paying you, you need to show them month after month that you deserve to be paid. And if there's spelling errors and they're fixing crap up for you, then you deserve to be paid, to be completely honest, because they could probably do it themselves. So hopefully that was helpful, guys. Again, that's just my thoughts. These are my walking thoughts. So I'm in South Korea at the moment, just walking around, looking at the sights and sounds, and I thought, why not record a video on my thoughts? But guys, make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and because there's a lot more meatier content on the channel, and I'll catch you in the next video.